T Brown, June 27th, 2026. Accountability is hard. All right. This I was at the gym today. I ran into one of my people over there, and it's my homegirl, and she gets it in the gym. She gets it, right? I haven't seen her in about a month, and she was like, so we was chopping up a little bit as we were working out. So I worked out, she just like, oh, I'm just gonna start it, and I was already walking out. Like this month is a light month for me. I am kind of toning it down. One more week I got, and then I crank it back up. I go about 6 months crazy hard, working out, 67 days a week, and then I'm working out every day right now. I've only missed 1, 2 days this whole month, but it's real light stuff. But she called me out. I was like, yeah, I was supposed to do cardio today. I'm working out. I was like, I just had a heavy squat day, and I wasn't heavy. It was just a lot of squats. It was a lot of work, right? But she was like, why you not doing the cardio? The cardio is over here. And I said, nah, I'm not gonna rock with the cardio today. She's like, you sure? And I was like, and she made me feel this small, right? And she was like, yeah, well, I got another, 30, 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get the cardio in at 40 minutes. I said, how much cardio you gonna do? She said 40 minutes. I said, wow. So as I'm walking out the gym, it's like, I see that it's I see clearly that she's outworking me, right? And she made me feel this big. And when I walked out of there, I was like, man, she helped, she got on me a little bit, right? And sometimes that can make you feel uncomfortable, right? Especially a woman over there talking her junk to me. But what I loved about it is like she held me accountable. I feel like every successful person that I know, all right, and when I'm rocking and rolling, I have one particular person that holds me accountable, and she held me accountable in the gym, right? Because she gets it. But it could be in business, it could be in life. You always need that one accountability partner to hold you straight, to make sure you are aligned. They preferably need to be at your level and even more. They are doing bigger things. I try to be that for other people, my nephew, a couple of family members, just hold them accountable. You say you want these things, right? But are you doing these things? Because everybody can say they want to do something, but when it comes to the actions of doing it, that's what happened today with me, right? I said I wanted to do the cardio, and then I started coming up. Well, I already did 3 or 4 days this week, and I had a heavy squat day, And then as I'm talking, I'm like, they're all excuses. And I said it to her. She started laughing, like, exactly. Again, the gym, but it could be in life. It could be business and all of that. I think it's incredibly smart, incredibly um, useful, needed to have that one accountability partner to hold you accountable of your goals that you want. I'm not big on sharing your goals to everybody, but I'm definitely that one or two people that you trust, and especially essentially they're doing better than you, that you can share, your goals and all of that with, and now they'll hold you accountable. Another quick story I had back in 2018. I I met him about a year or two earlier in a business meeting in Lake Tahoe. Shout out to my boy Paul out in Miami, and we met, we connected, cool. We spent like in Miami. I went down there with him and his wife, and we had a good time. And it was like this man's trip type of thing. And you know, for about a year or two, he would hold me accountable in things that I said I wanted to do. And it was a challenge, and as part of this mastermind group, outside of that, it was a challenge. It's called a 30-day challenge, and it was about you either had to blog, you had to start a blog, you had to start doing lives, a podcast, or I think those are the three. And so I had a little bit of confidence in doing lives, or shooting content. All right. Now this is going back to 2017 ish. Okay, this is 9 years ago, and so I ended up committing to doing a live. I told him about it. Now he wasn't part of that group, but he was my accountability partner. I didn't know he was until he was, and he gave me an ultimatum. He said, "D, because I kept going back and forth. He's like, "Did you shoot the video? Did you shoot the video?" I was like, "No, no." He's like, "Dude," he said, "Do not call me or talk to me again until you shoot the video." He said, "If you don't shoot that video, we are never talking again." It was drastic, but I didn't believe him, but I believed him. I understood. Basically, he was calling me out for being a punk. I was scared to go on a live and shoot a live. I still took another week or two, and I'm keeping 100 with you. I finally got enough. I found a spot at my house that didn't show too much. I also, you know, just had, I wanted to talk to him, but I knew I couldn't talk to him until I do it because that's the first thing he was going to ask me. Did you shoot the video? So now here I go. I don't condone this, but what I did do, I took a little shot. I waited to this particular day because I was talking ball, and it was the end of October 2018. The Red Sox, I believe, were playing the Dodgers in the World Series. Don't hold me to that, but I know the Red Sox is definitely in the World Series. I waited purposely to 7 o'clock at night because I was so, that's a whole nother story, worried about what other people were thinking, right? I was like, I don't want to put myself out there on Facebook and do this live and have my guys talking because I had shot videos before but never live, and took that shot and I just shared my story. I talked about 10 minutes and I went live. I did not know at that time that I would proceed to do that for 3 years and have over 300 plus lives. That live, all I did was talk about my life and went back there. That live ended up getting 10,000 views. I want to say maybe a month later, not even a month later, I started bringing on college coaches because the people that were watching these things were asking about recruiting, and now I started bringing college coaches on. Hence, over 100 plus college coaches came on these lives with me over the next 3 years to the point where I was doing them every day for about 2 years straight. All because he held me accountable and I had to do it. Look what had happened. I can go on and on about, having an accountability partner hold you accountable to things that you say you want to get done. I talked to him about the challenge. I said, I'm going to do it live. All right, cool. A week later, no, I ain't do it yet. 2 weeks later, I said, dude, don't talk to me until I do it. And that's what happened. Somebody out here right now, you may be somebody's accountability partner, but you need to have one as a person over there because they're going to hold you to what the goals that you said that you want. If you don't have one over there, go get to meetings, go to, you know, just one family member or one friend of yours that you are extremely close with, and just say, listen, it could be about weight, it could be about business, it could be about your job, it could be about relationships. I want to leave this person this time. Or if this happens again, please, let me know what I'm telling you right now to make sure that I leave. Or, I want to get to this level over there. When you feel me slacking or anything like that, call me out on it. And you, as a person that has an accountability partner, you can't get mad at that. You can't get mad at that person because you chose them to push you. Accountability is hard. Holding yourself accountable is hard. Just understand that. All right. Y'all feel me on that? Do you have an accountability partner? Do you need one? Yes, you do. Okay. You definitely do. Holler at me if you have one, you need one, you want to talk about your accountability partner.